This is John Paul Wright, coming from Tokyo, Japan. Some people call me. Quick shout out to Lorne Roberts, because he recommended I get an ad blocker, and I did, and the articles look better, so thank you, Lorne. Today, talking about John Boyega and how he's finally coming out a little bit on The Last Jedi and how he truly feels about Finn's character and just the Disney trilogy on the whole. And, of course, he mentions that Mark Hamill also, felt pretty bad about what happened to Luke and didn't agree with a lot of decisions that Rian Johnson made. John Boyega did say a couple of months back, I think somewhere in June or something, that he was going to get honest after The Rise of Skywalker came out, but looks like he's already getting honest, which is, I think, good. And also, I gotta say this. Look, I'm speculating, and I want to look at things from all angles here. I don't like to take things apart from one single angle. It just could be, that the best way to take our attention off how bad The Rise of Skywalker will probably be, or how bad those TV spots are, is to get us focused back on how bad The Last Jedi is. So it is possible that, they were like, hey John, go ahead, say something bad about The Last Jedi, then people are going to kind of forget how bad The Rise of Skywalker was. Okay, let's check out this article. So here we see it. John Boyega shared Mark Hamill's frustrations with Star Wars The Last Jedi. Right here, 15 hours old, kinda new. They go on to say here how most of the Star Wars movies were very successful, and when they say most, they mean Solo was not successful. I suppose it brought in an okay amount of money if it was just some old movie, but it wasn't. It was a Star Wars movie, and I think in the end it lost them some money, so that was bad. They also go on to say down here how fans to this day are disappointed with Rian Johnson's choices in The Last Jedi, and that's absolutely true. I'll be disappointed forever. I put it like it's a scar. It's not something that you just heal and walk away from and all's forgiven. It's a scar. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be this terrible experience pretty much in my life. So let's see what John Boyega says now, and I bet we'll get more from him in the future. The Force Awakens, I think, was the beginning of something quite solid. The Last Jedi, if I'm being honest, I'd say that was feeling a bit iffy for me. I didn't necessarily agree with a lot of the choices in that, and that's something that spoke to Mark Hamill a lot about, and we had conversations about it, and it was hard for all of us because we were separated. I'm not sure exactly who he's saying was separated, maybe more cast members, things like that, but I must have assumed at some point that Mark Hamill was talking to a lot of these actors on the set and just, being pretty straightforward with them, like, look, this is not how Star Wars would probably go, guys. Back in my day, it would be like this, it would be like that, and he probably schooled them a little bit, and they were probably sitting there like, yeah, I think Mark's right. But when Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy came on set, they were like, yeah, okay, we gotta do the acting and smile, and they probably know the deal. So he said a little bit more here. I guess the original Star Wars films, there was much more of a trio feel where it was essentially about Luke's journey, but Han and Leia, there was a strong dynamic, which I don't know how quickly we're going to be able to establish that long-term dynamic with Episode 9, Boyega explained, but if it's exploring that dynamic, then that would be cool. I do feel even after 3 films still we don't know them as much as we got to know Han, Luke, and Leia. And maybe that's a great opportunity to get to know them a little more. We have a little less than 2 weeks to go before the discovery of how the stories Rey, Finn, and Poe are wrapped up, but I certainly agree with Boyega's assessment regarding how much we know about our central characters as well as the amount of time they spent together. Hell, Poe didn't meet Rey for the first time until the final moments of The Last Jedi. From the looks of things, we'll get to spend much more time with the trio in The Rise of Skywalker, but I hope it's not too little too late, which it probably will be. Yeah, that's exactly what I said like a week ago, something to the extent that, we're kind of starting from square one again with these characters in the last installment. So it's just like, no matter what happens, it doesn't seem like they could build that relationship starting from part 3. That's why I always thought the best thing they could do was spotlight the original trilogy characters and bring it back full circle there, and let Poe and Finn and Rey play some part, but not be the main thing, because it is a saga about other characters essentially. These are just the final chapters, so on the grand scheme, depending on where they go with Rey and Poe and Finn, they're not going to be so important, and it would be weird if they were all of a sudden so important in episode 9 at the very end, and they've got no history in the saga. It just makes no sense. So, anyway, like I said, I'm very happy Boyega's coming out with this stuff. I'm not a huge fan of him. He's had a couple of other little squabbles and things with fans, but this wins points in my book with him. So, wherever he's at with me, he's a little bit better now. Anyway, I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. You guys let me know down below what you think of this, and I will see you next time if you click that subscribe button, which please do. Okay, see you next time.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, The Entertainment Hacker, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now.